Hello, welcome back. Second intermission analysis. I'm Brandon Mileski, Pat Micheletti with me. Wild lead 3-0 after 2 in St. Louis. Pat, we said that first period, the style of play from St. Louis was not sustainable and definitely slowed things down. And I thought the Wild had a thorough, good period there.
So did I. It was I don't want to call it the perfect period, but the type of period that you wanted to have. I said, get that next goal. They got the next goal. They got the 3-0 lead. It was a very, they weren't in danger. I didn't think at all in that period. The Blues came out the first shift, and they tried to put it on right away, and then it settled into a normal period. So, and I was really happy for Zuccarello because he didn't try to make another play. He made a great play. And he shot the puck, and he scored. So, good.
Well, one, it was a heck of a play by Kaprizov at the blue line there to make that pass to spring him on the 2-on-1. And, Zuccarello, that he's a patient player, but that takes a lot of patience to be holding on to the puck that long on a 2-on-1 and get that close to the goaltender. And, obviously he's always a threat to pass the puck, so the goaltender and the defenseman have to respect the pass over to Hartman. And he just waited and waited and waited and found that perfect spot to shoot it.
That's why, that's why great players, are point producers. They wait and they know, and they wait for the goaltender to make that move. And he did that and, buried it. And, 3-0 lead is much better than a 2-0 lead going into the third.
By the way, on that play, the play by Kaprizov at the blue line, I would love to take another look. I didn't think we got enough replays of him at the blue line, because obviously there is the rule that you are allowed to have your skates go into the zone first before the puck if you are in possession of the puck, which he was originally. But when he passed the puck, I'm wondering if his skates were on the offensive side of the blue line and the puck was still on the other side of the blue line when he made the pass, therefore maybe making that offsides. I don't know. It was so bang bang and it was so close. But I would love a replay to take another look at that one.
Brandon, I'm glad you're not in Toronto.
Well, I mean, the St. Louis coaching staff would have to, challenge that. But
yeah, right, and they didn't catch it. I didn't catch it either. So, again, I'm glad you're not in Toronto. That being said, but you need, listen, you need breaks. You need those type of breaks sometimes, and whatever. So it worked out, and 3-0 lead.
The Blues in game 1 had 6 power plays. In game 2, they had 5 power plays. So far through 2 tonight, 2 power plays. That second one, the Blues have been trying to draw penalties soccer style the entire series, and they've had a little bit of success with it. I don't think that was a penalty. That was just Perron trying to draw the penalty. But that being said, the Wild have played a pretty darn disciplined game tonight.
Well,
so far.
They have, Brandon, and when you're that aggressive, like the Blues were, you're prone to take more and draw less, right? They've been kind of being on the forceful side of things. Not so much that period, but the first period, and that was their game plan going into, go and try to do what the Wild wanted to do, was get in on the forecheck, bang and bang and bang. And, they were just over exuberant in my opinion.
Torrey Krug did not play, so more injuries on that St. Louis Blues blue line. And you look at the minutes through 2 periods, Justin Falk, 18 minutes and 37 seconds. Colton Parayko, 17 minutes and 24 seconds. Those two are going to see a lot of minutes throughout the rest of the series.
No doubt about it. And with all my rambling in the first period, I wanted to go back and ask you, the defenseman. Marco Scandella probably made one of the worst plays on that on the Greenway goal that I've ever seen. I mean, he just completely said, I'm selling out. I'm going down on my bot. Instead of, he should have just stayed right in the middle, right?
Yep.
To make that pass across more difficult, or force Eriksson to go deeper and deeper because he's waiting. Well, and he just slid right down.
Well, I thought he was too aggressive going to Eriksson Ek on that one, right? I mean,
Right.
the angle Eriksson Ek was coming in, it wasn't like Eriksson Ek was about to have an elite shot, right? He wasn't coming down the middle of the slot. Plus, he had a chaser on him. He had a
Right.
chaser that was going to disrupt him. So I'm not sure. I mean, Eriksson Ek would have gotten a shot off, but I'm not sure how high quality of a chance it would have been compared to leaving Greenway all alone on a one-timer.
Try, maybe that's not playing for 3 games. I don't know what it was, but I was like, please, I wish it would have happened more when I was playing, because that would have been easy.
Benjamin Davis says, what do you think of Boldy Fiala's game?
Fine.
Fiala hasn't been super noticeable. Like, I know it's hard to, you watch what happens in the regular season. That's not just going to translate to the postseason. Yep. It's a different game. The other team is much more higher alert in terms of playing defensive hockey, which, by the way, I think the Wild are playing great defensively.
Yep.
Tonight. They're getting sticks on everything. But, Fiala hasn't had those shifts that we were seeing the last couple of weeks of the regular season, where he's kind of dominant and kind of one of the best players out there. Boldy, by the way, took a puck somewhere in the midsection, and I'm not sure if we'll see him back or what the extent of the injury is. But
let's not forget, we're spoiled with what we saw out of Boldy and Fiala for so long, and it was in the regular season. It is now the playoffs, where it's so much harder. They're going to have a night in the playoffs where they're going to be the line. Trust me, they will. They're going to have a good night offensively, because they're not producing offensively doesn't mean they're playing poorly.
Yep.
So, I think people have to keep that in mind when we're looking at the playoffs and everything involved in it.
Well, and when the Blues went to 5 forwards on their power play, my first thought was get Fiala out there, because you might be able to get a shorthanded goal out there against the 5 forwards.
Right. Yep. And I don't know if he got out there at all, but absolutely.
One guy that's not necessarily lighting it up on the score sheet, but Brandon Duhaime has only played 4 minutes and 8 seconds today, but I think he's been relatively noticeable in those 4 minutes. He's been active on the forecheck. He's had plenty of shots on goal and shot attempts. I've been happy with him. Obviously, 3rd career playoff game. He's a young guy. Maybe you got nerves game 1, game 2, but I think he's been better tonight.
Yeah, he has, and they probably challenged him, and he knows there's 2 guys that can do his job on that 4th line if he doesn't pick it up. And I think I agree with you. He's been active.
All right, final topic for you. Fleury not overly tested in that period. I think the Wild did a pretty good job defensively, keeping everything outside. He had the one glove save, the patented Fleury glove save on Braden Shen, but overall he's been steady Eddie back there.
Yeah, and he hasn't had to be as dramatic, right? I think he's a little more steady in his net, and maybe that's just because of the way the game's been. But no, listen, they're up 3-0, so close it out.
All right, that's it for our intermission analysis. No Wild fan line tonight because of the late game, but on Sunday for Game 4, we will have a Wild pregame show, an extended pregame show starting at 2 o'clock, and then Wild fan line makes its playoff debut on Mother's Day on Sunday.
Wonderful. And people, if you want, be on the pond tomorrow, 10 to noon, a lot of guests, and we'll recap the game.
All right, thanks, Pat.
Thanks.
Appreciate it. He's Pat Micheletti. I'm Brandon Mileski. Thank you so much for watching our intermission report. Wild lead 3-0 after 2. Hopefully they can close it out tonight in St. Louis. Thanks for watching. Bye.